Welcome back to India Edu Tutorials. Today we will be discussing about Poisson distribution. Poisson distribution is used to calculate probabilities for random variables. It was developed by a French mathematicians. There are two conditions for a Poisson distribution. The first condition is of independent success. That is, the number of successes in two disjoint time intervals is independent. In the second case, the probability of success is proportional to the length of interview. That is, if the interview is for short duration, then probability of that event to occur is very small, rather than if the length of the interval is very large, then probability of that event is high. Poisson distribution for a random variable x is calculated as e to the power minus mu into mu to the power x divided by factorial of x, where x stands for 0, 1, 2, e stands for 2.71828, mu is the mean, which can also be calculated as n into p, and n here represents the sample size, p represents true probability of success. Now, the value of e to the power minus u can be calculated manually, but in terms of large numbers, for example, if you are giving e to the power minus 73 or e to the power 3.1, there is a table which can help you. So, let's understand how to solve table. This is a table of Poisson distribution. This will help you to find out the value of e to the power minus mu. This vertical axis represents here the value of x, whether the horizontal or the x-axis represents the value of mu. For example, if you need to find out the value of e to the power minus 3, where x is also 3, then here mu's value is 0.03 and the value of x is 3. So our value of e to the power minus 0.3 is 9997. Similarly, if the value of e to the power is mu to the power is, for example, 0.6 and value of x is suppose say 1, then the answer of e to the power minus mu is 0.8781. Now let's get back to our examples. The question says, a life insurance salesman sells on an average 3 life insurance policies per week. Use Poisson's law to calculate the probability that in a given week he will sell some policies. In the second part, 2 or more policies but less than 5. Here it is given in the question that average is 3. So our mu becomes 3 over here. In the first part, he is selling some policies. Some means all the policies which are greater than 0. What we can do is, instead of summing up all the policies, we can subtract this from 1. That is, subtract the probability of being x equals to 0. Putting our formula, which is e to the power minus mu into mu to the power x divided by factorial x. We get 1 minus e to the power minus 3, because mu is 3 over here, into 3 to the power 0 because x is 0, divided by factorial of 0. We get 1 minus e to the power minus 3. Seeing its value from table, we get 0.498 into factorial 1 upon 1. Solving this, we get 0.95021 as the answer. Now let's solve second part. In the second part, 2 or more policies but less than 5. That is, we need to find out probability of x2 plus probability of x3 plus probability of x4, but not 5, because they have asked us to find out the probability of less than 5. Putting our Poisson distribution formula, which is e to the power minus mu into mu to the power x divided by factorial s. Putting this formula into this equation, we get e to the power minus 3 into 3 to the power 2 upon factorial 2 plus e to the power minus 3 into 3 to the power 3 divided by factorial 3 plus e to the power minus 3 to 3 to the power 4 divided by factorial 4. Solve this equation to get the answer, which is equal to 0.61611. For more tutorials, you can visit indiaedu.com.